Good morning. Welcome to Speaking of Animals. I'm Amy Cartenuto from Flagler Humane Society, joined today by my guest who is a local celebrity, I kind of
Oh,
think. I
stop.
think I think if you've lived in Flagler County any length of time, you know the name Lauren Driscoll. Lauren, especially if you're an animal person, you got to know Lauren. Lauren is the founder of Old Glory Service Dogs, and I want to hear all about that because it's just the most awesome organization, complete volunteer, like you said, not a penny.
No.
Nobody takes a penny. And as if working with dogs isn't like, you know, I think amazing work, but then you also work with veterans. So
Yes.
tell us all about this amazing work that you do.
Okay, so I was with a different organization, and there was just too many restrictions put on me, so I decided to open up my own organization, and it's Old Glory Service Dogs, the number 4, veterans, because it's not just veterans. It's police, fire, and EMS. And as long as they qualify, we will go to a shelter like Flagler Humane Society, and we pick a dog that is going to be suitable for the tasks that the person needs. Which people don't understand the difference between an emotional support dog or a therapy dog.
Yes.
I'll explain that to you too. But it's really a great organization. We do a lot of fundraising because we've bumped it up to 4 times a year now. We go to East Coast Animal Hospital and we do a wellness clinic for every member, and we pay for it.
Wow.
So we don't want anything to be a burden on the member, because some of them are on a fixed income. So we make sure that if they need food, if they need flea, tick, heartworm, that we get it to them. It shouldn't be, because some people actually come in and say, I don't know if I can do that. So it's free to them. Their commitment is 15 months. And we work with them. We do private sessions. We do group classes, everything to get them through what they need. But we do pick out the dog. Every once in a while, they come with their own dog. Okay, this is hysterical. Every once in a while, they come with their own dog, which has to be vetted by Alana. She's the head trainer. And if she approves of it, we can use their dog. And they must be at least a year old and under 2 for us to accept them. We don't mind what breed it is, because any breed can be aggressive and any breed can be a really good dog. So it depends on what you can't have a 20-pound dog if you need it for stability.
Right.
So that would be a factor in it as well.
I love that you're not breed restrictive, and
Nope.
some organizations, it has to be a purebred this or a purebred that. It's
No.
like you say, any dog can
Any
be
dog.
trained with the
And
right trainers.
with the right trainers is right. So we all volunteer our time to train the dogs and the people. It's usually harder to train the people.
Of course.
But most people have their own way of training, and we that need them to know that it has to be universal, because if one trainer is working with you and they have to go out of town, the next trainer has to know how to work with you as well. So we make sure it's all universal. We're all AKC certified. We do go through the AKC community, Good Citizen, Urban, and we do a transport test now because we want to be members of an organization that we've been working with for the last 3 years. It's called Association of Service Dog Providers. And we want to be accredited. It's not with the ADI, but it is accredited where people know that we are serious in what we do. And that's not to take away anything from a regular person who is not a veteran. You can train your own service dog. It has to act appropriately. It has to do the task that needs to be provided. It shouldn't be barking at anybody. It shouldn't be growling and chasing kids down the aisles, but you can train your own service dog. So we put a lot of time and effort into this.
How long have you been training animals?
Since 2009. Yeah.
It's
It's changed a lot, because in the beginning it was a little bit heavy-handed, and I didn't like that at all, but that's how all the trainers that I knew at the time were. And you can't fight aggression with aggression. You have to be strong to train with them, but I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I'm a balanced trainer. I'm not opposed to using a prong collar if appropriate, but the person has to be using it
Right. And not
appropriately
just
too.
leave it on the dog
No.
24/7.
If you're
Yes.
training with them and working with them, it can be on because the collar is on the leash. But if not, if the collar's off the leash, take it off. We also use remote collars, but the right way to do it is to train the dog without the collar and then add the collar on later on. Because it has to be the lowest level that the dog responds to. You're not supposed to be just telling them no and hitting the button. That's incorrect and inhumane in my book. So, yeah.
So how many do you know, like over time, how many dogs have you matched up with veterans or, like you say, EMS or
Okay,
first
so
responders?
I know that the first organization I was with, we had over 60 members, and there was maybe 2 or 3 that were not matched up correctly, but we know that within 2 or 3 weeks because we let the dog go home with the person. And we're up to about 40 in this organization, so about 100.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's
Yeah,
a
oh,
lot
and
of a lot of people.
Daytona VA is open up now, so we have a lot of. We have a gentleman named Sanford. He runs fundraising and communications, and he's going to be going to the VA once a month, speaking to the people who may need a service dog, and let them know that we'll help them provide that dog.
That's so huge.
Yeah.
So you're giving them like the freedom to feel more comfortable going out in public. I'm sure you're teaching the dogs tasks
Yes.
to help them at home.
Absolutely.
So you're dealing with people that are, I mean, PTSD.
You know all of them
physical,
have it. All of them have it. Yeah.
Plus physical
Yes.
issues too. So what are some of the things that the dogs learn to do for them?
The biggest thing is alerting them when somebody's going to have what we call a meltdown. You know, when they're in a crowd and they really can't handle it. The dog may actually start pulling them over to the side. If the person may have the dog scratch their leg or something like that, even jump up on them. And that will tell them you need to go to the side, you need to sit down, because they do light body pressure or deep body pressure. And depending on the size of the dog, light body pressure is about 30 pounds, and the other one would be 50 pounds or above, and they just kind of come across their lap.
So they are and we're not even talking about seizures. We're just talking about, like you say, a PTSD. So the dog recognizes it even before they do themselves.
Yeah.
So
So
awesome.
with that, sometimes it's a little difficult because we have to teach the dog, and some of the dogs just have that. They just know what needs to be done, and if we have to train them to do that, we tell the member, when you start to feel that happening, go sit down with the dog, because we give off pheromones that the dog smells, and that's what alerts them. The other thing would be, some people won't go out without a second person. And if the second person notices that something going on, they can actually alert the dog to go sit down with the human. So it's a little difficult, but we get it done. They can pick up things. They can hit buttons for alerts. They can wake someone up if they're having a nightmare. What's another one? Some people, if they're in a line, like they're going to pay for something, they can do something which is a block, where the dog will actually stand behind them or stand in between their legs to make them feel a little bit more comfortable. They can do 3 barks for an alert. So if somebody doesn't like someone coming up behind them, they actually have the dog sit facing in the other direction, and they'll actually stand up and they'll bark, 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 and then they'll stop. So there's lots of different things. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. I love what I do.
And you have both men and women that are part of this,
Yeah.
that are recipients of
Yeah.
these dogs.
Yeah, we have more men, but we do have a lot of women. I would say it's like 70-30. Yeah, but yeah. Anyone can come in, anyone can fill out an application. We'd be happy to help.
Wow, that's so awesome. I love what you do. Well, thank you for being here today, but we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna be right back and talk some more.
Okay.
Welcome back to Speaking of Animals. We're here today with Lauren Driscoll from Old Glory Service Dogs. And Lauren also has she wears so many hats. So since everything you do for Old Glory Service Dogs is volunteer, you have another business too, Pet Peeves.
Dog training. Yep.
I love the name.
We're
Love
in
the name.
Benell.
Love the name. And I actually, we have a guest here with us today. Besides Lauren, we have Marty McFly.
Oh my God, he's adorable.
Speaking of training, come here, Marty. Marty McFly is a teenager. He was actually born in the system, kind of. Lauren's having to crawl under the thing to get his Kong. Marty was born in the system. He was part of the another shelter from up in the Panhandle that's less fortunate. So we end up sometimes helping them with some of their dogs. And Marty's a very long-legged, sort of houndish mix.
Yes.
He's not a purebred anything.
He's a lanky dog.
Yes, he's kind of built like a pony. He's got the very long legs, kind of a hound, long nose, and he has been adopted and brought back because he's a puppy, but he's about an 80-some pound puppy. So, he's a lot. But Lauren only met him a few minutes ago, and she's already offering.
I love
help
him already. He's adorable. He is a lot of energy. I'll give you that.
Yes.
He's going to need a lot of exercise for sure. He didn't seem afraid of anything. He met me right away. He also met the gentleman who's running our show, and he was good with him as well. But he's going to definitely need some training. So I am willing to take half off of the regular training, anyone who adopts him. And I'd be happy to help you with anything that you need, because he does need some guidance. He definitely doesn't have any.
No.
He's running around right now.
He's a little bit of a panic, but he's a good boy. I think he's
too.
He's house trained. He rides great in the car. He's quiet. He hasn't barked or anything since we've been.
Oh, actually, he hasn't.
No, now that we say that, he'll
I
probably start
know.
acting up.
Stop saying those things.
But he's a good boy. He loves his toys and his Kongs. But thank you, Lauren. If anybody's
Absolutely.
interested in Marty McFly, we're gonna put on his records that Pet Peeves will help with
Training. I will take half off the training. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
I'll even give you a leash and a food pouch. I'll give you whatever you need so that you can do the right thing with this guy. He's beautiful. You're going to fall in love with him.
Yes, he's food motivated, which that always helps.
We're all food motivated.
That's true. I'm food motivated too. So, Lauren, for somebody like Marty,
Yeah.
what are some tips? Because Marty's not the only big teenager that somebody might adopt from a shelter.
So-
and what would you suggest? One problem that we have with people is they get the animal and immediately it's like, oh, they're gonna let's go to the store and pick out your toys, and let's go to the dog park and
Yeah.
It's like they need some time.
They need to decompress because they're living in an environment that isn't normal. It's not calm in any way. They do get exercise out and about, but they still have to be in the crate, and all the dogs are barking. So give them that time to decompress for a couple of weeks, and make sure you have structure, good structure. I would definitely do crate training because he's a big dog, and I wouldn't want him to bite a wire or something. He's still puppy-like. Know that you'll need a commitment to really get exercise out of him. He is full of energy. I mean, I'm sitting here doing tug of war with him with the Kong, but he really does have a great personality. So, ow, yeah, how are you doing?
That was an accident.
Yeah, that was an accident. My hand went in the wrong area. But he needs structure. So have a routine. Take him out the same time every day. Put him in the crate, even if you work at home. Get him used to that as a safe place. And I could teach you all that as well. But I really wish someone would adopt him and keep him. So that's why I'm willing to help anybody who does want him.
Yeah, I think people don't like crate training because they look at it as punishment, and it's like, no, dogs are den animals.
Absolutely.
If you leave the crate open, they're going to go in it most of the time.
Absolutely.
It's like,
So it's a safe place for them. It's in their brain. It's a safe place. It's also like their own bedroom, but honestly, look at it this way. Would you rather come home and have him chew something up that I don't, you can replace your couch. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what if he did bite a piece of the couch and now he swallowed it?
Yeah.
So it's always in your mind, safety first, safety first.
Yes.
Yeah.
for
So that's
sure.
a big one. And if you do it properly, they won't mind being in the crate.
Yeah, I tell people like never use the crate as punishment. If
Ever.
they misbehave, don't throw them in the crate and yell at them.
Oh
that's,
my God. It's
that's
true.
what
People do.
That's what people
I'm like, that's
do.
not what it's for.
No, and like just for the drive over here, he jumped up in the car. I got a crate in the back of the car, and he jumped up and.
Are you kidding?
Oh yeah, he was.
So
good.
he drives really good.
He wasn't. I was driving, but he rides really good.
But that is good because a lot
that
of people
would be
have
a real sales pitch, you know.
Oh
like
my
if we
God,
could-
he drives the car just like the
drives the
commercials. I can't.
That would. I wonder if they'd get adopted faster. It'd be like a chauffeur.
Yeah, start putting that put them in the front seat, take some pictures. That would be great.
Whatever works to get them adopted.
That's right.
So tell us about pet peeves. I know we talked about Old Glory. So pet peeves.
Yeah.
Is you do individual classes,
Yep.
you do group classes.
We
What all-
do group classes, then we do private classes. I do behavior modification, and I do a therapy dog program, which people need to understand that when you have a therapy dog, it actually needs to be certified. And unless you're an organization like Alliance Therapy, your dog is not certified. Like I can train the dog all the way up to when it would be good enough to test, but you need to get your dog an actual certification when it's a therapy dog. So I can bring them to that point, but then you have to go get it tested out. And that is the only thing that actually requires a certification. There's no certification for service dogs, and there's no certification for emotional support dog. Only therapy.
And that's people get very confused with that.
Yes.
And we see that a lot. Somebody that's lost their dog, 3 weeks ago, where they were in jail or the hospital or whatever, and they say, I need that dog back. That's my emotional support
dog.
dog. And I was like, well, he's not neutered.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's aggressive. So true, like service dogs, therapy dogs are not aggressive. They're all sterilized. They're
That's correct. They have to be. Yeah.
there's some of the online, the thing where you can go online and buy a vest, and
They're just making money off of something that isn't true. So it is all a lie, unfortunately.
yeah, it's too bad that
Yeah.
it comes to that, because it confuses people.
And
so.
it actually puts the real service dogs in danger when you're in a store where yours is and someone else's isn't. One mistake can ruin somebody's life by wrecking their service dog,
Wow.
who they've put hours into or paid a lot of money for. That's a shame. That really gets me mad.
Well, we don't want to get you mad. We're going to take a break, though, and we'll be right back. And we're back to speaking of animals here with Marty McFly, who's eaten the last of his treats. Are you trying those?
No, I was going to, I smell them. They're gross. And actually, they love the gross ones the best.
Oh, yeah. Well, just like I like gross junk food. I like crystals. And it's their version of a crystal. You're like, it's not junk food, though. It's like a good brand, but oh well.
Yeah, the
So-
smellier the better.
So Marty's here just eating treats, and Lauren, so tell us exactly where you're at with all of with pet peeves and Old Glory.
Okay.
Where are you so people can come bug you?
So, Pet Peeves Dog Training and Old Glory Service Dogs for Veterans are in the same building. They're in Bunnell on US 1. It's 101 Hibiscus Avenue in Bunnell, Suite 899. We're right behind Twice the Ice. And my number is 386-585-5333. That's for Pet Peeves. But you can get me on that for Old Glory as well.
Okay, so if somebody wants private classes with pet peeves, call you.
You call, you make an appointment, and we have you come in. I do the evaluation, and we go from there. We make a plan together.
How many trainers do you have?
I have 3.
Okay, yeah, that's good. So it's still close.
It's nice. It's small. It's family oriented. I'm not going to grow into a pet or a pet smart, anything like that. And we do really well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And your husband's involved in this too?
He is part of Old Glory Service Dogs. He's a board member. He doesn't have his service dog anymore. She passed away. But he's doing much better where he actually doesn't need it. So very happy about that. I'm sad about the dog, but I'm happy that he doesn't need it anymore.
Well, that's good. Jerry's a good guy. So,
Thank you.
well, go see Lauren for whether you are getting a new puppy that might need some training, or if you got one now that just needs a little bit of extra.
Like McFly,
Marty McFly is being a good boy. He's sitting still right now. He's being good.
just for a second.
Just for a second. No, he's a really good boy.
He
So,
is.
and at the shelter, he's up for adoption. We're open 7 days a week. Whoops. Just burped. Did you hear that, Marty?
He burped.
That was Marty. So that wasn't Lauren or me, I promise.
No, that would have been worse than that.
So thank you guys for listening today. Come out and adopt Marty, or go see Lauren, or do both. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.